Hey there, I'm Sarah Clark, founder of Fertile, and we have Justine Altman here. Hey, Justine.
Hey, Sarah.
Justine is a functional diagnostic and nutrition practitioner and part of my team here at Fab Fertile. And we're talking about egg health today. So we're talking about the number one thing you can do to improve your egg health. This is if you have low AMH, high FSH, diminished ovarian reserve, premature ovarian insufficiency or failure. This is something that we see with the couples that we work with. It's a theme for both men and women, but today we're talking about egg health, is thyroid dysfunction. So we see three things here. So either hypothyroidism, which can be linked with miscarriage, luteal phase defect, just reading on the side here, elevated prolactin. And then we also see Hashimoto's. Either people come in diagnosed with Hashimoto's. And so that's leads to difficulty with egg fertilization. So we will actually do a blood chemistry review. We will not diagnose. It's to educate. And so if we see things that are potentially out of range, we then would encourage you to go see your physician. And then the other one we see is subclinical thyroid dysfunction. So this impacts egg quality, and it's not actually the thyroid. It's actually either a liver or a gut imbalance. So this is a massive topic, Justine. Thyroid, we can go on for days on it. But I think the first thing is just to see that so many times people just, your physician, and this was the case for me, they just looked at the TSH. It was below 5. Like mine was like 3.8. My hair was falling out. My skin was as dry as a lizard. My like, what else did I have? I had, dry skin, hair falling out. They're like, everything's normal. Not the case. So don't let anyone dismiss you to really dig deeper, and your body best. So thyroid. So Justine, your takes on thyroid.
Yeah. So, Sarah, the symptoms you had are pretty common, right? The dry skin, dry hair. If your hair is thinning or falling out, or brittle, or if your fingernails are brittle, or if you've got circles under your eyes, or you're tired, or you wake up and you just have no energy, or you hit that slump in the middle of the day, or you're cold all the time, right? So if you're the one who you're in a hoodie, yep. Hands are cold, feet are cold, you're cold in general, you're sensitive to the temperature. Those are all classic signs of low thyroid. And low thyroid, as you mentioned, Sarah, can come in a lot of different forms, right? So there's Hashimoto's and there's hypothyroid and there's subclinical low thyroid. But all of them have some of the same symptoms, right? So regardless of what flavor might be going on for you or someone the symptoms are usually pretty similar, where we've got some level of fatigue. A lot of times there's weight challenges, as well as the temperature sensitivity and the dryness. And so if that's going on, we really encourage you to get it checked out, right? Because ultimately something is causing that to happen, right? Those symptoms are things that don't happen if the body's just humming along perfectly. And the thyroid, it having some challenges, it's really similar to hormone imbalance, where basically for both of those things, and the thyroid produces a hormone, right? It's thyroid hormone that's low. But hormone imbalance like that is usually a symptom of the problem, right? Which means that very rarely is there something actually wrong with the thyroid gland itself. It's usually some dysfunction somewhere else, right? So either our liver is overtaxed and it's struggling to do its conversion of thyroid hormone well enough, or it's that we don't have enough nutrients. So we could be low in selenium, or we could be low in iodine, or we could be low in iron. Or it could be that we have some toxicity going on, right? We've got chlorine and fluoride from our water competes with iodine for the body to make thyroid hormone from. And so we have all these other things that could be contributing to the problem. And so, like I said, it's pretty rare actually that we see that it's actually something wrong with the thyroid. It's really that there's something further up the stream contributing to there being thyroid issues. And things like heavy metals and gluten in the diet, and stress in general, right? Relationship stress, work stress, food sensitivity stress from taking medications, all of the things that can cause biochemical imbalance in the body contribute to the thyroid being low. And our thyroid is what controls all of our metabolism in our whole body. It's what tells our body at what level to be powered up or powered down. And so when the thyroid's low, it's because the body went, okay, wait a minute, there's too much stress here. We're in danger and we need to conserve energy and go into low battery mode. And so when your body does this, it's intentionally hunkering down in order to make sure we don't burn through all of our resources. But as a result, all of our systems are sort of not running at 100%, right? It's like you turn your phone on when you're on low battery mode and you don't get full brightness, and apps close down faster than you want them to. And, all the little things that are annoying because you're in low battery mode. And it's the same thing when our thyroid is low. And one of the things that it powers down a bit is our reproductive system. And so it's really good for us to have really strong, balanced hormones and reproductive capabilities if our thyroid is telling our body that we want to be in low power mode. So the things that we want to do are eliminate the stressors that contribute to our body intentionally lowering our thyroid level.
Yeah, this is something that we work with in our Fab Fertile method. And, we work with people with premature ovarian insufficiency and diminished ovarian reserve and low AMH and high FSH. And like a common theme, like we said, is thyroid dysfunction. So we address the gut infections. We work on food sensitivities, the environmental toxins, like we were talking about, with like fluoride and chlorine, and all the toxins from our personal care, the mental emotional side of things, like with stress and obviously dealing with diagnoses like those can be it's either situational stress, and maybe you've had chronic stress your whole life. Thing is that the good news is there's things you can do to restore your thyroid. Sometimes we need to have medication, so you work in conjunction with your conventional medical doctor. Other times it's not necessary. So sometimes people ask me, is the goal to get off medication? And although our goal is to help you get pregnant naturally. So whatever is working, we're addressing all those underlying issues. And typically in conventional medicine, you may be told, okay, there's a thyroid imbalance, and no one looks at the underlying reason. Maybe like me and a lot of our clients that we see, you have got like non-celiac gluten sensitivity. So you're, and thyroid and gluten typically are don't go together. And we see that a lot. And maybe you've got a food sensitivity, and that's why it's off. So it's not just doing the medication and not looking at the underlying issues. That's the Band-Aid, and you've missed the healing opportunities. And in this case, we're talking about egg health. And if your thyroid's off, that is a huge clue to dig deeper to then help improve your egg health.
There are always things we can do to improve, right? We get in the nitty gritty all the time about all the different ways we can tinker with the system and make improvements. But ultimately, that's the biggest message we want to drive home, is like, there's always hope, because there's always something we can do to help improve it.
Awesome. So definitely you can click on the link below and book a free call. We can talk more about your thyroid and really how, and if you have thyroid dysfunction, we can talk about how the Fab Fertile method can help improve your egg quality so that you can get pregnant naturally. So you can just click on the link below. And thanks again, Justine, for coming on.
Thanks, Sarah.